Welcome to Grace Conversations. We are so blessed, so honored to have an amazing guest speaker today on the Grace Conversations. Her name is Britt. She's a beautiful, astounding young woman, and she's full of knowledge and greatness. She's a leader in the community. I met her through Toastmasters. She's a profound speaker, and she's also, did I say nurse already? Well, she's a nurse and she's a gardener as well. And she's also a Reiki practitioner. So let's give her a warm... So Britt, we've got this little angel that's been flying over our heads. It's a little, I'm not sure if it's even a fly or a gnat or something. It really loves Britt.
Mine's are attracted to light, aren't they?
And let's just continue where we were talking before we started the film. I mean, you're thinking about bringing Toastmasters into the jails and the prison systems?
It's already there. I just wanted to be a bigger part of it and see it in action. So I was at a Toastmaster training, and this guy named Frank Lewis started talking about this prison program that he had started. He'd gone around to other prisons and kind of studied what is working, what's not. I think the prisoners who don't really take any programs in the jail and prisons have like 80 to 90% recidivism. They're back in jail within a matter of months because they don't really know how to function in society. And this Toastmaster program has been proven through dozens, if not hundreds, of other prisons where if they complete the first 10 speeches in the Toastmaster manual, virtually none of them return to prison. And that really touched me, and I recently took a training program to be able to go in and work with them. And I just got clearance, so now I can go to prison.
Oh my goodness, to bring that gift.
Yes.
Oh wow. You are so young. How old are you, Britt?
34.
34 years old, and you're in 4 community gardens? 3 community gardens in your own garden, but a leader in these gardens, and you really kind of actually started some of these gardens.
I definitely helped get them going.
You did. You were the catalyst with many of them. And I love your conversations about health and nutrition and the food that we put in our body. And how, I remember at a very young age, someone had told me, what nourishes the body nourishes the mind. And that it really is a correlation between what we put in and on our bodies and the quality of the light and the health that we emanate from us. You want to talk more about that as a nurse, as a real expert on that?
So, for those of you who meditate or know about energy, everything is energy, everything is light. The food we eat puts light inside of us. The people we spend time around puts light inside of us. The sunshine puts light inside of us. So as a nurse, I started searching for the root cause of a lot of diseases, and ultimately most of it comes down to diet and lifestyle. The diet, everybody kind of knows about diet, eat your fruits and vegetables, but the lifestyle. The biggest part of lifestyle that I've seen has the biggest impact on health is community. Spending constant time around people who lift you up, not isolating yourself. Being around people who bring out the best in you and help you through life. Some of the sickest people I've seen as a nurse have been people who live alone by themselves, or single moms. Some of them have a tough time living alone and not having support from family. Some of those people are really struggling with their health.
Wow, yeah, I think it's just so spot on as far as if we, I look back at my life when I was a single mom raising my kids, and I really didn't know anybody when I first came here. My kids were 2 and 4, and I didn't know anybody, and it's true, you feel kind of like you're all alone, and I don't think you can be up to great things when you're just trying to gain the resources from just your one only soul self. But when you can be deeply connected to yourself in a really deep, profound way, and be really authentic within yourself, and have a deep connection to that source within you, and then have this support system, this community. I couldn't be doing this without my kids are filming, my son-in-law, he's doing sound, my daughter checking the there's a community of, and there's people here. Gary's here to support, and Russ is here to support, and Bob's here to support, and Jan's here all day, and Diana. And I mean, could we do this if, I mean, I couldn't do it without, I mean, I would have had, I would have been on a small level if I stayed by myself without community.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Community is huge. I'll be talking a lot more about community. I just see so many connections with community, from the community with people. There's actually a community in your gut that is fed by the food that you eat, and the food that you eat ultimately grows from the community of organisms living in the soil. Like, I just see all these connections. Community is just, it's so huge.
Yeah, you're bringing enlightened awareness to my mind about really, the real importance of having a support system in a community. And I think it's really important also, if we've gotten this community, is really being sure this community that we're surrounding ourselves with, that we're intricately connected to, really does support us and love us and have our best interest.
And I see you building community through all this work you're doing and the Facebook page that you've created. And I know you have your fingers in so many different things, but ultimately you're building this community in Salt Lake City, and I have to thank you for that. It's allowed me to meet so many people, and I know other people are meeting other people. It's so beautiful. So thank you for bringing that aspect to Salt Lake.
Thank you, Britt. I just have a few little fun parties, like the camp out. You were at the camp out with your kids and your husband, and most all of us were at the camp. Yeah, and that just sort of happened. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. I had gotten the community together to do A Course in Miracles for a year, because I had been doing Course in Miracles since 1979, and I had done the lessons a few times, and then I had done them with a partner for a whole year, and that was maybe 15 years ago. And I found it just so much more powerful to go through the year lessons with someone else. I mean, it got me on task more, and we got to have conversations with it. And all, when I slack and miss a few days, that happened less when I was with the partner. We did miss a few days here and there, but it was a deeper experience when I shared it with the partnership. So that's when I got a group together, and we partnered everybody up through what I handed them as they came in the door. I handed them a little piece of paper, and then whoever had that matching word would be their partner, and it worked out. And so we all went through it together. And during the end of the evening, we spent an evening to partnering up and talking. Someone had said, well, what about all of us getting together once in a while during the year? And they volunteered me to put together a few little events. And I said, okay, for the 1 year I'll do that. And then it's expanded into several years now. Well, that angel really loves you. So yeah, it was sort of a lot of things in life just kind of come. I didn't plan to organize events. I got volunteered, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I was able, that person volunteered me, and that I stepped in, and that I'm mostly grateful that people come. Because as long as people come, I'll still have campouts and Halloween parties and hot springs gatherings.
Yes.
If people don't come, then that's when I'll stop. That'll be my sign that, it's no longer necessary for me to do that.
Oh, it's going to keep getting bigger. Just keep doing it. Keep promoting it, Bonnie, please.
Yeah, I've kind of scaled down to four events a year, and then we wrap around a fundraiser with each one, which is nice, because then we get to, everybody gets to participate in the fundraiser and helping a cause. And I know you're into that as well. Yes. You have a very humanitarian spirit about you, force about you. You've been involved in that with the community garden and in being a nurse and helping so many people. And you have that same humanitarian desire.
Yes, I do. I love helping people, and I wish I could help more people, and I wish I could serve more people. And hopefully, with your inspiration, I hope to start a YouTube channel to help spread some of this.
I see you helping way more people and really impacting a vaster audience with the gifts that you have. Britt, if you hadn't heard her highlight, but I met you, Britt, through Toastmasters, and your talks, every single one of them, whether it's about health or meditation, they're all just in greatness, and they all contribute so much to, and they're really focused for all human beings. So yes, I see you making a much bigger impact in the world, and that's really what we're here to do, isn't that? I mean, we're here to make a difference.
Yes. And all the people that I have had the pleasure of seeing that you've interviewed are just amazing and beautiful people doing amazing and beautiful things. I'm so glad that we can all share this knowledge with everyone and see what everyone's doing and maybe come together as a community and have that knowledge.
Yeah.
And maybe do something even greater with it.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And you know, we're all just regular people. I mean, anybody listening on this radio conversation and thinks, well, I'm just a regular person. Well, what great things can I do? What contribution can I? Well, I'm just a regular person, you know. This single mom raised my kids and no special, you know. I mean, I'm just a regular person, and we're all just regular people. And we just start to answer that call within our heart, and whatever that is for each and every one of us, that's what our offering it is. And maybe it's just to volunteer at a school field trip every once in a while, or it could be as big or as small as it is, but they're all powerful contributions to the world when it's coming from our heart.
And we can all do small acts of kindness to random people every day as well.
Yes.
You might not want to join a nonprofit or contribute to a charity, but you can do small acts of kindness every day. Smile at someone, give them a compliment. You never know how that might change someone.
How that could transform someone's life. The impact of that small act of kindness, that smile. Right as you were saying smile, right before you said that, I was thinking just smile. Smile at I try to smile at everybody. I mean, everybody I smile at. I was at the pool with my grandkids, and I'm just smiling at everybody. Everyone's smiling, because I do, and you do too, Britt. You do too. You smile. You've got the most beautiful smile, and that is just shining light into the world. So if you can't think of any contribution that you can make, smile at people, because there's an instant connection. You're talking about connection. You're really about connection, Britt. You're about connection. And that smile just instantly connects you in a loving and friendly way with the other person. They realize you're their friend. You're on their side. They don't need to fear you.
Yes. Very well said.
Well, thank you, Britt, for being here and having our conversation. I so appreciate it. I hope you come back over and over and over again. We're actually really, it's the first time I'm going to say it, we're really hoping that Britt takes on her own little program so she can share without me interrupting, but without me, just you alone, and just really share some of these talks that you brought to Toastmasters about health and nutrition and gardening and meditation. And I mean, there's no real boundary for you, but you have such a wealth from your nursing career. You've been in nursing for so many years, and you can bring that and some of that knowledge to the world.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for the little pushes you keep giving me to get out.
I'm gonna keep pushing you because I know how great you are. I know how great you are, and I know the greatness inside of you, and the greatness which dwells inside of all beings. And that's, if you're listening, there's a greatness within you, and we just need to, like you say, with your gardening, just get it in the right soil and let those roots go down. And Britt was showing at her highlight just a few minutes ago pictures of root systems and healthy soil, and so let's just help root one another in some healthy soil so we can bloom into beautiful flowers on this planet.
Yes. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you for the beautiful, beautiful, bright, extraordinary flower that you are, Britt.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you. May you have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you for listening.